What I'm learning while living in Korea here is that not every soldier can be saved. Yes, it's another Hongdae story. I swear I'm not going to be there for a while again. I went out with this group of girls. The only person in the group that's actually my friend that I know is Sujin. We're using friend very loosely right now, very loosely. I made the mistake of going out with these girls 2 nights in a row, which I usually never do that. So one of Sujin's friends, let's call her Soyeon, and the other one will call her Mary. And Soyeon brings this guy with her she met on Tinder. Even I heard about this guy. She was so excited about him. They weren't together, but she wanted to have a situationship with him. She just thought he was really hot, tall, blonde hair, blue eyes. That's their type, both girls. They're looking for a straight up white boy. Now we're at this bar. The guy shows up and Seon is like, see, isn't he so hot? He's so tall. Sujin says, yeah, he is really hot. Seon is like, what? Now they switched to Korean and they are arguing because Seon is like, why would you call my guy hot? I don't feel like it was a big deal, but she set this boundary for the night. As the night's going on, me and Sujin are by ourselves because she's the one I originally came with, and she was like, I don't think Soyeon's guy really likes her. You think it's okay if I talk to him? No, there's a million guys here in the room right now. Of course, Sujin doesn't listen to me, and a few minutes later, I see her dancing with Soyeon's guy. I will never understand the girls swapping guys. Soyeon gets pissed and she starts angry dancing with another random guy next to Sujin and the Tinder guy that she brought. I'm staying out of this drama, so I go to find Mary. Sujin and Soyeon disappear for the night, and so now I'm with Mary. She invites over this guy from Meef, which is like Korean Tinder, and her friend Sarah. Now we're a whole different group. Mary also wants to get with this guy from Meef. She was working on it. We knew about it. Night goes on. When I left, Mary was happy. She left with the guy from Tinder and it looked like they were making out and hitting it off. The next morning, Mary asked me to meet for brunch. She slept with that guy from Meef. And in the morning, he said, because she had been inviting this guy from Meef around Sarah a few times. They were hanging out for weeks together. And he said, I'm so sorry. I just feel guilty. So I have to get off my chest and let you know that Sarah and I have been sleeping together. Mind you, he said that after he already slept with Mary, and that night, Sarah was cheering Mary on. She knew Mary liked him the entire time and said nothing. Mary was the person that introduced them in the first place. Sarah had all night to tell her that they'd been sleeping together. Sarah and I saw her leave with the Korean guy, and we talked about how great they looked together. So she was like, let's go out again tonight, and can you come with me to confront Sarah? Because I want to let her know. I'm like, of course, sure, but I'm not going to get involved. I can watch. So Mary posted on her story that we were together eating brunch. My friend Sujin gets annoyed with me, which is why I'm a little annoyed with her too, because she's like, oh my God, why are you meeting up with my friend without me, da 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 da. I've been trying to reach you all morning. So when I leave her, I call Sujin back. Sujin is leaving the hotel because she also just slept with the Tinder guy that Soyeon brought. She wants to know if I think Soyeon is going to be mad. Of course. She clearly told us that she was interested in this guy. But Sujin feels like he wasn't interested in her, so it was fair game. She was like, when you meet up with Mary at the bar, I'm also going to bring Soyeon and I'm going to tell her tonight. She said she wants to pursue something with this guy, a real relationship. I think, oh, this is a terrible idea, but sure, let's all meet up tonight and hash this out. I'll put the rest. I haven't seen it. So basically, Mary brought her Meef date to party with us, and she has been bringing him around her friend group. And while he was secretly hooking up with her friend Sarah, now after they slept together, she's coming today to let Sarah know that she knows she's been hooking up with her Meef date. Sujin is also coming to let Soyeon know that she just spent the night with her Tinder date. Let's just call him Tinder. And she now wants to pursue a relationship with Tinder. Sujin is mad at me because I met up with Mary to talk about this. Because remember, the only person in the group I'm actually friends with is Sujin. The rest of them are just Sujin's friends. The reason Mary called me instead of Sujin is because apparently her and Sujin were fighting. It's the dumbest fight ever. But they were having this massive fight that I didn't know about. Everybody's mad at each other. So I unfortunately was the person to orchestrate this meeting today at the bar. I chose a trashy pocha because this is all trashy. Everybody showed up. Let's call Mary's guy Meef. We have 2 different fights going on at the same time. Mary and Sarah duking it out over Meef. Mary let her know that he told her in the morning. Sarah says she did not think it was a problem and she did not think that Mary would have an issue with it, which I don't believe, because then why wouldn't you have just told her that you were sleeping with him? And for weeks. So none of us believe that lie. Sarah ended up going home pissed off. I thought we were done with Meef. If I found out a guy was also sleeping with my friend, like I'd be done. Like I wouldn't be able to sleep with him again. Mary decides that because he told her that he was sleeping with Sarah, he was honest and she's okay with it. And she wants to move forward with a relationship with him. I'll backtrack about Soyeon and Sujin so this won't be so complicated. But he starts being weird. He starts ignoring her messages and he wasn't responding the same way to her. So Mary decides to go to his job. The downside of living in somewhere like Hongdae is that people meet there all the time. So everyone just hits you up if they're in the area. She messages me and she's like, hey girl, can you come with me to stake out his job? No. She wants to watch to see if he has another girl. She shows up, there's no other girl, but they argue. We all decide to meet up on, I think, Thursday. Mary decides to invite Meef over. She said that things were fine between them. They were finally talking again. As time goes on, Meef is not showing up. Mary's getting more and more upset. Mary keeps drinking. And mind you, there's a million guys here. By the way, Sarah just did not come to hang out. Meef finally shows up, but he shows up with another foreign girl. When I tell you we were shocked, like, what? Tell me why Mary goes, maybe it's his cousin. Girl, what? Like, girl that he brought, he told her he was bringing her to stop by and say hi to some of his friends on their date. Mary's freaking out and she's like, what the hell? She said, hey guys, this is my girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. Mary goes off. Now, she's had a couple of drinks and she's like, I thought we were dating. Now you said that we're dating. What the hell is this? He said, oh, I didn't say we're dating. I said I would think about dating and that I fucked your friend. That's what I told you. He says this like publicly. Like, Mary goes to the girl and she's like, can we talk? Can we just talk to the side? No, like, I just want to talk to you private. Mind you, like, Mary doesn't even live in Korea, so I don't know how she thought she would have a relationship. That girl actually lives in Korea and she's a student. So she's confused too, by the way. So she agrees to go talk to Mary on the side. We're just staring at this guy, Meef. We're all just awkwardly. So apparently that girl has been dating him for months, like, and she had no idea about any of this. She runs out crying and Meef runs after her. Like, I don't understand why Meef would bring this girl here, but apparently found out later that he wanted to just get rid of all the other girls and solidify things with that girl. I don't understand why this was a good idea. I also feel like it was just hurtful and rude. Like, he could have just broken up with Mary, but whatever. That Thursday, Mary ends up wasted. She's a really good dancer. I've like shown a clip or two of her in some of my videos somewhere. She's people are talking to her, but the problem is that she's also crying and drinking and dancing, and everybody saw this go down. So, like, guys are coming over to comfort her, but then she's on their lap and making out with every other Korean guy in the radius. We skip it now all the way back to Sujin and Soyeon. Remember, we stopped at Thursday. So this is all the way back to Saturday at the pocha. Sujin and Soyeon argue because Sujin told her that she wanted to pursue a relationship with Tinder. Soyeon flips out, of course. They argue and she says, no, it's because you're drunk. You always make mistakes when you're drunk. You're always angry. And Sujin says, well, I'm not going to stop drinking. Like, I want to have fun. I know it seems like it, but no, like, they're not in high school. Sujin is a nurse. A very good one too. She's doing very well. Which is why I don't know why she picks up these broke white guys in Korea with no job, no nothing. Like, we'll get there though. Now, after their argument, Soyeon disappears. She leaves, which I don't blame her for. Like, they're still not talking. She's like off the radar right now. Now we're all drinking and talking. It's that night and Sujin is flipping through his Insta to make sure they don't have any friends in common because Korea is small, Seoul is smaller. Going through his Instagram, she realizes they have a couple of mutual friends. One of their mutual friends is her ex, this guy from France, another tall, white, blonde hair, blue-eyed guy. Woohoo! This is the guy that she just broke up with recently and she got him deported. They dated for an entire year, and how I know she got him deported? Because I was waiting outside the police station for her. Me crying and said she couldn't ask her Korean friends because they would judge her. She got this guy deported. To be fair, he was super shitty and it was super toxic. That's a whole other ass story. Problem with that is that he knows that she has an STD. I'm going to do a part 3 just to keep things neat with Sujin and Soyeon's story, because that leads up to Thursday too.